Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube doing a couple of these. I just picked up a Polish underfolder and I went out and fired it, flawlessly. The problem was the sights were canted. I couldn't believe it. This one was from Atlantic Firearms, so you've seen a few of my videos before where I've uncanted the sights. This time I just thought, I was like, hey, I'll throw this on video after the fact, but that's okay. As you can see here what I did. Excuse my camera work once again. You can see the pins right here. All I did was lay this thing, I took the rifle off, put it on my workbench over here, and just took a punch like this right here. That's the one I used. And I want to say a ball peen hammer, maybe a few pounds, don't really remember, but gave it a few good whacks and it came right out. You can see here they pushed out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put a 3/8 extension in here and tweak it. You can see how bad the sight is on this one. Hard to believe, man, right from the factory. It's hard to believe, but whatever. Been there, done it. We'll just get it over with, hammer it out, and it'll be over with. Other than that, it fired just fine. What I'll do is, when we get lined back up, and I'll do a vid of it here quick. Alright, you can see the 3/8 drive, it kind of fits in there whole. But really, when you do this, you're going to nick up the paint. So I'm not a pro at it, but I've done it on a few AKs and it's worked pretty fine. What I'm going to do is actually wrap a rag around the end of this here and pry up on it, just try to mitigate some of the damage I'm going to do to it. But let me try that and we'll get back to you. Oh yeah, by the way, I took some of this here penetrating lube, and once I went in and pounded out the back of the holes, as you can see right there, I went ahead and squirted some fluid in there because these things are pressed on. So I'm hoping this one will go a little bit easier, just because the AKs I've done in the past, they're older and they rusted, and I'm hoping this one doesn't have a whole lot of rust on it, seeing as how it's pretty much brand new. So I'm going to give it a go and try it out. Alright guys, as you can see, I did tweak it a little bit. It went pretty good. It went real smooth. Usually when you do that with a 3/8 inch socket like that, it squeaks just because of the rust and all. But I didn't really have that problem here. So it's kind of hard to tell now, but it's looking like it's pretty close. So what I'm going to do is take my handy dandy toolkit I have here, which is my sight adjustment tool, and I'm going to pound it in the front. All it is just one of these here. All I'm going to do is take it and push this in. I already got the height pretty good. I'm just going to push this in towards center so I can get a better read on it, because this sticks out and kind of hits the square, as you can see here. So we'll try it out, and gotta hope this isn't too shaky. Alright, as you can see, I kind of went just a little too far, but I gotta tell you, man, I think this is my third or fourth one that I've straightened out this method, and this one was by far the easiest. It's kind of hard to see. See right there in between. See, there's just a little bit of space right there, but you'll notice that when you go to sight in, because you will hit your front sight and you'll be like, man, why am I adjusting this? But believe me, this thing is a lot better than what it was. One of the big things is, like, you'll see a lot of guys that do it professionally, what they'll actually do is pop these pins completely out and re-drill the hole so it's lined up. There's a possibility that when they did this, they drilled the holes a little bit off, and that's why it did it. And sometimes they'll even cut new pins just because, but seeing as how I'm on a budget, I'm going to go ahead and just pound them right back in. I've done it before. Not saying this is the best way to do it, but it does work. It's proved results. So I'm going to stick it in the vise and tweak it just a little bit more back, just because I'm a little bit anal to the right side there, and should be good to go. And then I'll slide it back up one more time. We should be okay. I think that's going to be pretty close. I've got it almost to the point. There's a slight gap over here on the left side. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's pretty close. It's still just a hair off. Man, nothing like it was. With that gap, you will notice some downrange. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, when I first started shooting it today, and it shot a really good group, and then I started adjusting it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. This thing is canted. This thing came direct from the factory. I'm not sure who built it for Atlantic Firearms. This was actually given to me, believe it or not, by a relative who didn't want it any longer. Otherwise, if I would have bought this from the factory, I would have been extremely upset, and this thing would be going back without a doubt. But what I'm going to do now is bend or put these pins back in. Right here, I'll pound those back in. Now I'm hoping when I do pound that back in that the holes weren't drilled off cant, and then that in turn would, when I pound those pins in, they would line right back to where they were. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and try it out and see what we can come up with. Well, boys and girls, I'd say we got it. It is very, very, very close. There's looks like a nice even gap on each side. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. What happened is, like the other AK I had, I was bending it back, and when I started pounding the pins back down through, it would want to bend back to where it wanted. So what I did is I drove the pins about 3/4 of the way through, put it back in the vise, and put the extension, 3/8 extension through the hole up here, and then just gave her a tweak, and I could feel it ever so slightly move. And then it seemed like that did it right there. That lined it right up. So then I pound the pins all the rest of the way through and checked it again, as you can see right here, and everything looks good. I think we're done with this one, so I probably won't make it back out to the range for a while. But hey, we're ready to rock and roll next time. Tune in again next time, guys. Feel free to throw some comments in. Like I said, I am not a licensed gunsmith or anything like that. I'm just doing this stuff because I'm cheap, and I try to do it safely. I don't want to screw anything up, so everything seems to be good to go. Drop me a line. Thanks. Thanks for watching 2C Vids. Catch you later.